I have today 5 mistakes for you to be aware of if you are about to start your career as a VIP flight attendant on board a private jet and maybe starting with your first flight on a private jet. I've seen this happening a lot of times. Some of them I did myself as well. So I think the best way to prepare yourself for your first flight on a private jet is to be aware of what you shouldn't do. Let's get started immediately. So mistake number 1, thinking that a flight on a private jet is exactly the same as a flight in the commercial airline. No, big no. The two things belongs to 2 different planets, okay? When you are on an airline and you work as a cabin crew, you have a very specific checklist, you have a very rigid script to follow, and you cannot add anything from yourself as a personalization to the flight itself. Everything will just happen following a script. And airlines are very, very rigid and very, very specific about this. On the other hand, when you fly on a private jet, is exactly the other way around. Everything is personalized. There is no script to follow, okay? You have a list of things that you have to do, but how you do it and when you do it is entirely up to you. And the more you can personalize it with yourself, with your background, with the place where you're coming from, the cuisine that you like, it's just an add-on to the personalization, and this is what you can bring extra onto the table. So this is a very good thing to remember. You personalize 100% on board a private jet. You personalize, first of all, for the customer. You personalize according to the flight. You personalize according to the destination, to the reason why the people are flying, the duration of the flight, etc., etc. So it's all about personalization. Mistake number 2, ignoring customer preferences. Another massive mistake. When you fly on a private jet and you receive your information, your customers list and details, it's a very good practice to go through them and learn as many information as you can. For example, imagine you have this very rich person flying on a private jet, coming on board your aircraft. You are about to start serving food and you serve to the gentleman a food dish that he is allergic to. How would you react? You just spent a crazy amount of money on this flight. You are flying private jet. You are expecting a very high level of service, but the flight attendant didn't even take the chance to have a look at your profile, and you are served with something that you are allergic to. So this is very, very bad, very, very wrong. So always be well informed of what is going on. You have a lot of tools that you can use for this. You can ask extra information to your flight attendant manager. He or she will probably direct you to the customer's profile, which is a document that is continuously updated every single flight that a customer is doing. The flight attendant is adding more information to this document about preferences, something special that happened, a conversation that they might have had together where the flight attendant discovered something that the customer likes, or something that is important to him or to her that you can always use. You don't know when you're gonna need it, but you know that one day you will need that piece of information. So consult the customer's profile. It's a revelation. It's really, really important. Mistake number 3, being too visible or too chatty in the cabin. When you fly as a cabin crew in the airline, you are normally always in the cabin. You're always talking to the customers because maybe you are selling duty free or you are conducting the service or whatever it is. On a private jet, you sell nothing, okay? You just host your customers. The aim of the service on a private jet is not to be invasive, but to be graceful. So you do not have to be invisible, you have to be graceful. What does it mean? Walking softly, for example, and moving slowly, very important. Also, when you are in the galley during meal preparation, being noise conscious. So do not slam drawers, do not slam cupboard doors, but just be mindful that they might be in a phone conversation, they might be discussing about business, or they even might be sleeping, okay, or just resting. So being aware of this and just moving gracefully. However, remember that you are the host, you are on charge of absolutely everything that is happening in the cabin, because most private jets do actually have only one flight attendant. So you have to be everywhere and your eyes have to be everywhere. This leads me to the mistake number 4, neglecting cabin presentation. Also, another very big mistake, I think, because business aviation, it's all about details, and there is not another way to explain this clearer than that. Details means everything on a private jet, 100%, 360 degrees, absolutely everything, okay? So noticing that little mark on the seat, for example, hair in the carpet, or a splash of water in the mirror in the lavatory, or maybe the toilet paper roll that has not been changed or that has not been folded in an origami. All these little things contribute to take the experience one step lower. This is your presentation, okay? This is your business card. The way you treat the aircraft is the way you're gonna also treat your customers from their point of view. So if you treat the aircraft by really caring for it, they will also feel that you can care for them. As I said earlier, the VIP flight attendant is the one responsible for the cleanliness on board the private jet. So we are the one doing the cleaning after the flight and before the flight as well. Take your time, do that precisely. Take your time, because this is something really important, and have that mindset like you are waiting for the most important person in your life to come on board of your flight. You're waiting for the king, you're waiting for, I don't know, your mother-in-law coming to check if you are up to standard, up to her standard in terms of, organization and cleanliness. So somebody who is really, really important, even your mother. Once you have done the cleaning with this mindset, then you take an extra 5 minutes and you sit down on the master seat and look at the cabin in all the details from the customer's perspective. This is really important. It's a very small little trick, but it changes completely the game. The master seat is the seat which has the most dominant position over the cabin, and this is the seat where the most important customer will sit. So you sit down on that seat and you have a look around. Are there fingerprints on the window? Is the lever to adjust the position of the seat polished? Are there stains on the carpet that you didn't notice before? Hair, dust, anything, okay? Marks on the walls, you just have a look and eventually adjust. But being, putting yourself into their perspective, this is the key. Mistake number 5, not asking for help. Very wrong, very bad. In particular, if you are on the first experiences of your career on a private jet, or even your first flight, nobody is expecting that you know it all from minute number 1. So it is totally okay to ask for help. Ask to your flight attendant manager, ask to another flight attendant, ask to your pilots. They are there to support you. Your team is very small and you have to be available and trustworthy for one another. So ask the pilots to support you in this, but ask for help if you don't know something or if you are unsure about something. This is not appearing like you don't know your business. It will appear like you are mature and you are aware of your limits and you're willing to improve them. You are not putting a barrier into improvement and knowledge, but you're actually asking for help, asking somebody, please, can you show me this? I'm sure that if you show me this time, then I will remember and I will be able to do that myself. This is really important because, neglecting something that you don't know and, pretending it doesn't happen, that is none of your business, it can lead to a massive avalanche. And then this is when things can go very, very bad, and the flight can turn into a nightmare, and maybe also your future career can be jeopardized just because you didn't ask for help. So remember, you are not supposed to know it all. Just ask for help. I hope that these 5 mistakes are somehow insightful for you, and I'll see you on the next video. Baci baci.